Hello guys, welcome back onto the Selfimprvd Podcast with me, your host, Xander van der Westhuizen, and we're here again with Sage.
How's everyone?
Today's topic is going to be saying no, and saying no has such negative connotation to it, and we're just here to expand on the topic and give you guys some information about what might help you achieving your goals or whatever, really. So some topics that we might cover are saying no to what? Why should I say no? Prioritizing time, goals, work time, and my experiences and Sage's experience.
Yep.
So sit back, enjoy, and just stay tuned. So saying no. Saying no to what? Saying no to me is saying no to things that don't help you move forward with whatever you do, but moving forward in the sense of your goals, your prioritization, your time management, whatever it is, that's saying no, is keeping in mind your goals and moving forward from there. Right. That's saying no to me. Saying no to you would be?
Yeah, saying no is in a way saying yes. Because if you're saying no to something that won't help you to get what you want, you are saying yes to something that's going to help you to get what you want.
100%.
And saying no allows you to say yes. You can't say yes if you don't say no.
Yeah.
If you say yes all the time, you end up having no more time to say yes, but you don't need anything else done anyway because you said yes all the time.
Exactly. So once again, saying no to the right things. Not saying no to the things that are moving you forward, but saying no to things such as partying or drinking or things that just don't move you forward, skipping workouts, those kind of things. Just say no to those. But say yes to opportunities. Say yes to opportunities that arise from saying no. That's where most opportunities come from, is saying no to partying, and then if you say no to that, an opportunity arises, such as a new job, a raise, you get scouted for a team, whatever it really is, but saying no to the right things.
Yeah, if you say no, you show dedication. Like if you look at the concept of like divine intelligence, where you are believing in something out there that is helping you to achieve what you want to achieve, whatever you want to call that. If you say no to the right stuff, you're showing dedication. And if you believe in something like the law of karma, which is kind of logic, you're going to get back what you're putting out.
100%.
Yeah, and the opposite is true as well.
No, 100%. I agree totally with that. It's just that thing of going forward, but saying no to what doesn't move you forward.
Yes.
It's just that kind of thing. It's a choice at the end of the day. It's a choice to make, to say no to all these things that hinder you from achieving your goals.
Yeah.
And if you aren't willing to make that choice, you aren't willing to achieve your goals. That's
100%.
That's just how it is.
You will never be able to have discipline if you don't say no. Like discipline comes from the actual ability of saying no, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
So you would say that discipline feeds, or saying no feeds discipline?
Most of the times.
Okay.
I wouldn't say all the time, I would say at least 80% of the time, if you are not disciplined with whatever that task would be, if you think back and you really think about it and being honest, you will notice that you somewhere didn't say no. You
100%.
said yes to something you shouldn't have every time.
Yeah.
And that then leads to that whole scenario over and over.
Because saying yes to the wrong things might set you back a day or a week
100%.
or a month.
Sometimes a year.
Even a year.
Yeah.
Because it just depends on how high the opportunity is. Because if you say no to that opportunity, or not even the opportunity, the thing just before the opportunity wouldn't have arose.
Yes.
That's
100%.
just how life works. So you would say that saying no, like, advances you forward goal-wise,
It's,
or just
it's like a
life-wise.
magnet. You can think of it as a magnet that will attract whatever it is that you want closer to you.
Mhm.
So the more you use it, the more you hold the word no in your hand as a magnet, the more you get closer to what
Yeah.
you actually want.
Yeah, I love that.
And the moment when you use yes, you'll still attract, but you're attracting something different.
Yeah.
Not what it is that you wanted. in
No,
the first place.
100%. So let's get into prioritizing,
Mhm.
because it's just one of those things that have to come with wanting to achieve a goal or a whatever. You have to prioritize your time, your health, your financial situation. All of these things have to be prioritized.
Yes.
So in your eyes,
Mm.
prioritization, just give us a little bit about that.
I think the number one thing that you need to prioritize in your life is the thing that is going to make the most difference, the one thing. So if you take a piece of paper and you write down everything that's important, all your priorities in your life, and then you say, okay, which one of these things, if I do that thing, it's going to affect all of them.
Yeah.
That's what you start with. You
Okay.
take that, you put it aside, say, that's my first task, it's going to have the biggest impact. And then you categorize it the same way as you go down the list.
I get
And then you prioritize the things that, again, you're saying no to the easy thing, you say yes to the difficult thing, and you prioritize the hard way, but that hard way gives you exactly what you asked for.
Exactly.
And it fits into saying no,
Mhm.
like also other people's agendas. Like if you think about your tasks you have to do as a quadrant, quadrant one is deadlines and
Yeah.
fires and things that's like it
Yeah.
has to be handled, right? Urgent
Hectic stuff.
and important.
Yeah.
Urgent and important. Then you've got urgent and not important, meaning important but not urgent. This is like personal development.
Yeah.
People know it's important, but it's not an urgent thing. So it goes there. People tend to forget about those things.
Yeah. No.
But
I
that's
see
the
that.
important one,
Yeah.
not so urgent.
Yeah.
Then you've got other people's agendas. And the third one, that is, it's not important, but it's urgent. They always go, oh, I need it now, I need it now. Meantime, they didn't. But you are using your time to produce that thing for some other agenda. And then the fourth one is time wasters. That's scrolling on screen, sucking your phone, all that stupid things. So if you take your tasks and you allocate them into quadrants or any system that you prefer to use, then you can say these ones qualify to move me forward the most, the quickest,
Yeah.
and those is what you do first.
Okay.
And when you leave number two long enough, it becomes urgent and important by itself. So if you just handle the deadlines and the fires, when you get that cleared out, you go to the second one, you never touch other people's agendas until it becomes a priority.
Yeah.
Then suddenly you schedule it because it's a priority.
So you would say that prioritizing the most important thing is the way to move forward.
100%.
So prioritizing the least important thing, or not least, but not as urgent.
Not the most important thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you say that for our viewers, they might have an urgent thing, but it doesn't move them forward? How would you say they deal with that kind of thing?
It's difficult in the beginning when you have to say no.
Yeah.
You have to say no. Like there's someone that's going to ask you for something that you know, like I can not do it,
Yeah.
but I have to have that conversation. And you are probably scared to say something because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You have to say no.
No,
You have to
no.
say no. I can't do it right now. I pull up my schedule. I just open my calendar and go like, listen, I need these many hours to get through the day.
Okay.
So I only have this many, I need this many. I can't help you right now. And they're like, oh, okay, such no problem. So if you say no to that, now you make opportunity for you to get what you want again.
And also saying no in itself shows a something about you, because not many
Yes.
people can really say no.
No.
Saying no shows that you have a backbone, a pillar of like, okay,
Yes.
I'm not just going with whatever. I'm on my own path, I'm moving forward, and no one can stop me because I'm able to say no.
Yes.
So saying
Yeah.
no shows ability or character in yourself just in saying no.
Yeah. There might actually be, you as the viewer right now might feel we contradict ourselves a little bit, because a few episodes ago, I don't remember which one, but we spoke about acceptance. Acceptance and saying no is not the same thing. Okay, you have to say yes and no to the right stuff. If you're accepting something and then you say no to it, just because you've accepted something, that's a weakness. That's a very weak state of mind, where you accept that life is just hard, life is not fair. That's an acceptance.
And you don't go after it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So just not to confuse that very fine line.
Yeah, no, it is a very fine line because even for myself and probably for yourself, you feel that you might be doing something, but it might be setting you back.
Yes.
Or just accepting of, okay, I'm not doing that, but in actual fact, maybe you should.
Yes.
It might not even involve the actual task at hand, but eventually the opportunity will arise where you have to deal with something in those kinds of scenarios. And you'll look back and be like, wow, I'm very happy about myself that I actually went through whatever I went through.
100%.
I love that. So, once again, prioritizing. We're just going to give you guys some examples in my life and in Sage's life, just for you guys to see how we've dealt with it, or how you guys could take some tips from us and deal with it, if that would help. And could you just give us a couple?
Yeah, I think I'm going to relate it maybe back to every time I make a big goal, like if I say like, I want to do this, and it's a bit of a stretch, which is most of the times, then I have to go, number one, sit down with my family and say to them, okay, listen, this is the commitment I made, this is the level of the commitment, this is what it's going to take from me, this is what I expect of myself, this is what I expect of the family, because we work as a unit, we've got an expectation of each other, and expect outside of them, but within them, this is how you need to respond in these situations, this is how we do things, so we can all win at the same time. That's always step number one.
Okay.
And then step number two is when they go, but Sage, can't you do this tomorrow? Let's go play now. Then I'm like, no. We spoke about this, and I don't negotiate it. I don't like anything. It's like, okay, I said I'm going to do this, and then it goes back to one of our other conversations about your confidence. When I keep my promise now I become superhuman.
Yeah.
And they look at me and they go like, wow, he is superhuman, because they experience the no. They get, okay, he actually said no because of discipline, not because of something different. And the moment when you do that, you kind of like get your inner circle, your close circle to pull up with you. And I would say that would be my standard procedure.
Okay.
Whenever I set something out, to speak to your inner circle first, or whoever is, maybe the team is that inner circle. Speak to them first. Everyone has to be on the same page. They have to understand what is the scenario, expectations, everything laid out openly. And say, I'm going to go after this for 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then I got to do it.
Yeah.
When I said I'm going to do it, now after 10 years, if I don't do it, what do I say to my daughter? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I don't say no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. So once again, going back to one of our previous conversations on our previous topics, is would you say that being or saying no has kind of a negative connotation in your eyes? Would you say?
I think in society it does have. I think I also for a long time didn't say no. And then I learned how to say no. And I learned the words, because I always felt I like to help people.
Yeah.
I want to help you. So if you say hey Sage, can you please help me with this? I want to say yes, but I can't always say yes, right? So I learned this line from Chris Voss. I mentioned him before. Yeah. Chris Voss, I have to give him credit. He's changed my life when it comes from communication. I have to, he's the person who taught me those things. But this one line was, how am I supposed to do that?
Okay.
So when someone says like, hey Sage, can you help me to do A, B, and C? And I'm going to have to say no and say, how am I supposed to do that? And I keep quiet. And they'll tell me, oh no, wada, and it gives me a chance when I speak to them. I said no.
Yeah.
But I didn't say no, because that doesn't deliver the right way. And I always used to do that, and that's ineffective. So I would say, if you as the viewer right now feel like, okay, I have to say no, use that line, write it down, and it's very awkward in the beginning, but you just say to someone, anyone, you say, how am I supposed to do that? Then they will give you an answer, and if it makes sense, maybe you should do it.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't make sense, then you can say like, listen, you're saying this and this and this, this is how it is, how am I supposed to do that?
Okay.
And you can repeat that over until the no is infiltrated, and then leave you alone with no conflict.
Okay, no, I totally agree with that. The way you kind of not saying no as like, no, I'm not going to do it, but you kind of just like deheat the situation in a way. You kind of just go and say, no, I cannot do that because I am this and this and this.
Yes.
But in the way of not saying, no, this and this and this.
Without using the word no.
Exactly.
100%. You can also say, I am sorry, I'm afraid, whatever. I am sorry, I'm afraid. Very little people will come back and go, yo, but I'm sorry, I'm afraid. Double up, and you say it in a second.
Yeah. Well, going off of what you said, in my personal experiences saying no, I've always also been a person to be like, just helpful. That's just me as a person. And over time, I started to see that it wasn't even me being overly helpful. It was just me being a pushover.
Yeah.
Just people
That's right.
running over me.
100% right.
And after a time, I was like, why are these people doing it? Because I'm so nice to everyone. So why are they being mean? And I think from there, it started to be like, okay, who actually do I want to help? Not to be mean or whatever, but who is just using me in a way, because many people just use you for their own game. That's just how unfair the life is, really.
100%.
And I feel that's also one thing you guys could take from it, is just understanding who actually you're saying no to. If you're saying no to someone who genuinely wants something, or not wants something, but has good intentions behind what they're asking for you, please don't be, obviously you might have a scenario of you just can't, and that person will understand. But if there's someone who just doesn't really want you to help them, but just wants them to be helped by you, that's it. There's no other reason. I feel those are the people you say no to.
If you can't get a not everyone win situation, then you shouldn't ever even consider.
No,
it's going to blow up in your face.
Because you can't make everybody happy at the end of the day.
No.
You can't.
No.
You're one person with thousands of people to help.
And if you listen to this podcast, you probably want to be a very high performing person. If you want to be a high performing person, you better get ready to be lonely. Because very little people want to actually do what it does to take what you want out of life. And for you to find those people sometimes takes years to find another dude or a girl that is similar.
I can relate 100% to what you just said about having or being lonely as a high level person, or not even high level, just wanting better for yourself. Even before you even think of yourself as high level, think of yourself, you just want better for yourself. And wanting better for yourself is not anything mean or not nice or whatever, or selfish. It's beneficial towards you. So the people who say, no, I'm okay, I want to just stay comfortable where I am, not do anything.
There's no future in that, guys.
There isn't.
No.
And people who say no to that life, their friends or their family members look down upon them and say, no, what are you doing? You're crazy. All these, you've probably heard it, I've heard it.
All the time.
And I feel once again, that's why our viewers or people around the world, in fact, have such a hard time saying no, because they're scared of judgment.
Yeah.
They're scared of judgment to the people close to them or the people that they think are close to them. I was talking to one of my friends over the phone, and I mentioned to her, and I was just saying that, just think a little bit. Think about who actually knows you for you. And she came back and said, you're the only person that actually knows me for me. Like the person that you just don't show, that's the person on the other side that you just don't see. And that really did change. I was like, wow. Because nobody really wants to help you in a way. And she can't say no to any of these people, because going back to the previous conversation, she's scared of judgment. She's scared of being lonely, of these people saying, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You know, the judgment, the criticism of all their friends or whatever. So,
and you know, actually on that point, a very important point, I also think that maybe we can tell people, like, in my last 41 years, I've learned that you have to accept the loneliness.
Yeah.
Once you get to a point where you accept, oh, hold on, it's actually just a lonely life.
Yeah.
Suddenly you get all these people in your life that support you and they want to run with you, and suddenly it's like, oh, what happened? It's because, again, you're having that magnet in your hand and you're attracting what you want by accepting. Just accepting the fact that, yes, you've been conditioned to say like, oh, you must be in a community and whatever. Yes, that's true to a degree.
Yeah.
You also have to be lonely.
Yeah.
You also have to go sit by yourself and conversate with yourself and know yourself.
Yeah.
Also, it's not only the one. And I feel that people don't know that. They don't know that at the end, you're going to be lonely anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to be lonely anyway. So, like, accept it and then make your way of life about that.
Yeah.
And then suddenly now you can take control of the situation and you can have a life that you desire, rather than this, what is this thing we always try around in the workshops? Like, live your life, don't follow a life around.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, don't follow a life around. So many people, I see so many people just walking around following life.
Yeah.
Instead of living a life.
No, I can relate so much, because I got a couple of friends that just are just happy with living, just going by.
The average.
The average of just doing whatever. And I look at it, and obviously people are different, but I just can't see yourself being okay with just doing nothing. Or not even doing nothing, just going forward with your life. Trying to get better for your life. And when I see them saying yes to the wrong things, but then saying yes or no to the right things, or the wrong things, in fact, it's sad to look at it and be like, you have so much potential and you're just throwing it away.
No.
For what?
You making the choice of throwing it away. 100%.
So I wanted to run something by you.
Yeah.
So or get your opinion on it. How would you say to the viewers that are scared of judgment, or scared of being alone, or just being scared in general? How would you give them tips, just tips on how to move forward from their little comfort zone, their little bubble? How would you?
The first thing that comes to mind for me is do it. Like take every day a timer and say, I'm going to meditate. Like that's sitting by yourself, right? So you just sit by yourself somewhere for 5 minutes every day. You just do that. And you start practicing the whole part of being lonely. Just sitting, conversating with yourself, accepting who you are, not being in a mood because you don't have anyone to hang out with. You need to be able to hang out with yourself.
Yeah.
So the first thing is do it. The second thing is start small. It is obviously scary if you are however old you are now, but for all these years that you're alive, you've been conditioned that you shouldn't be alone. You shouldn't be alone. So to undo that takes time, and it also is hard. It's really hard. So you have to start small, like say, I'm going to do 3 minutes of meditation, for lack of a better example, every day. And then you start with a 3, and then you increase to 4, and then to 5, and then by 5, you're going to get momentum, and then you can go to 15 and 30 and 40. But you've got to first do it, then you've got to go slow, and then I would say you need to get someone that you can do it with. Get an accountability buddy. So you can keep yourself accountable, and make it someone that you don't want to look like. Get someone that you respect, because if you don't do it, you're not going to want to tell them.
Yeah.
That's the person you must pick, because that will inspire you to do it.
Yeah.
When you go like, oh, I don't want to do it, but tomorrow, let me go do it quickly.
No.
And that is the training to get your mind to start believing that, okay, so being a lonely person is really a strength. And then if you want to be superhuman, then you'll say, I'm a lonely person, but I can also social if I have to. I can expand if I need to, but I'm not going to now because I can choose not to. And that's the ultimate power.
Okay. So going off of Sage's topic, I just want to give you guys, because for me personally, I've never had an accountability buddy. I've never had someone to say, okay, I didn't do it today. It's always been me versus me versus me.
Me also 90% of the time.
And I think just if you don't have an accountability buddy, or just a buddy in general, you might not have many friends, or you might not have the right friends that you really want. So my personal tips for you guys is just take it day by day. Try to get to know yourself, get to know who you are before you get to know anyone else. Get to know whoever. For example, how did I get to know who I was? I sat by myself because I didn't have other choice. I trained by myself because I didn't have another choice. I researched, I meditated, I did all of these things by myself, and as much as I'd be like, I would love an accountability buddy, I just didn't. And once again, having the trust in yourself to start small with meditation or eating right.
Anything, doesn't matter what it is, just start.
Exactly, take action in your life and move forward from it. Take the smallest little wins, personal wins. You don't have to go off anyone else's wins. Take your wins and take them huge. If you take it day by day, start. I have this priority, eat a good breakfast. I have this priority, get a good workout in. I have this priority, get a good job experience in. If end of the day, if you have a family, that's your next priority, family time. And after that, just all of these small little wins, eventually you've won the day. And that's why I say take it day by day, because at first it's going to be very hard, because you're still instilling all the little habits that you need to instill. Slowly but surely you can start not thinking about it as much, because at the end of the day you want to become the person to not think. It's just a routine. I am that person.
That's it.
So going off of our experiences, please take what you can. Some key points is just saying no to what, because that's a very important topic. And why should you say no? Opportunity-wise, prioritizing is number one key to succeed in anything. And just try and move forward day by day, week by week, month by month. Just take it as it is. As it comes, take it.
100%.
And that was Self-Improved, episode 3. I hope you guys enjoyed.
With lots of video.
And once again, thank you, Sage.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for having me.
And enjoy. Stay tuned.